Let me tell you about our newest partner, Mint Mobile. With Mint Mobile, you can drop your expensive cell phone plan without having to sacrifice coverage, speed, or data. They're able to provide such an amazing offer by cutting out the middleman and selling to you directly online. Plans start for as little as $15 a month. $15 a month, guys. That is so unbelievably cheap. And making the switch is incredibly easy. Keep your current phone and phone number and activate your plan in minutes. Remember to support those who help us. Just go to trymintmobile.com/thoseguys to get started. That's trymintmobile.com/thoseguys.
Those guys.
Birds do it. I'm not saying that it is wrong.
They seem pretty smart.
Yeah, bird brain. That's what you call somebody when you want to. Wise as an old owl.
And
there.
you want to insult somebody, you call him Einstein. It's calling him a human being is the biggest insult to their intelligence. Bird brain, I say we make it a positive.
You hate.
I know that you're wrong, but I can't figure out how to argue against what you just said.
So I think that technically makes me right.
I think you're right here.
Woo!
I'm bowing out respectfully.
Those guys.
And we are back.
Look what, excuse me. Look what my son just sent me.
Is that a Pickle Rick pickle?
It's a Pickle Rick pickle.
Huh.
And Tyler, it looks like it's a pretty big dill. Sorry.
And that is the humor that we bring you.
Good night, everybody. I've been trying to bring the puns down on the show, but that one was just...
You're really struggling, huh?
It was too bad to let go. You know what I mean?
Much like those New Jersey Reds being douchebags, let's talk about some other douches in this week's Douche of the Week. A bit verbose on my part, but we got there.
We got there. I was scrambling for the button, so it all worked out. Do you have a douche of the week?
I do have a douche of the week.
Okay. You want me to go for you? Me? You? Me?
You go first.
Okay, I will go first. Tyler, a little show trivia here. There is somebody on this show that I have been railing against for a long time.
There's only 2 people on this show, so I think I know who it is.
No, it's just it's a swath of people. They are not, thank the Lord, they are not in this room.
Okay.
Somebody that I truly have had a beef with, I have a problem with. What do you think?
I'm thinking Apple. I'm thinking the technological bastards at Apple.
Even more than that.
Ooh.
Even more than that. Somebody that I truly these people, I don't want to say hate.
Yeah.
I don't want to say
we don't hate here.
And this is definitely not satire. This is real.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm getting the vibe from you. I take this as real. Tell me.
Victims, families.
No, you
Tyler.
baited me.
Victims.
You baited me.
I am a master of that. Victims' families, Tyler. I have been over it with victims' families back and forth since the beginning of the show. Enough. Okay.
And the Oscar goes to?
Now, I listen to a lot of Dateline, okay? Do I have the button on here, Tyler? Do I?
I would think so.
Do I?
It's always close to your heart.
I don't, Tyler.
That was a much better payoff.
And time after
I'm
time.
cool with it.
We'll see back if that's funny.
Yeah.
Time after time, victims' families say the same shit, okay? They say the same shit, okay? Victims' families, knock it off. First of all, every time from a victim's family, you hear somebody say, and that was the last time I talked to her. And the last thing we said was, I love you so much. I love you. I love you forever to the moon and back. That's not true. That's not true of all of you. People don't talk like that. Nobody talks like that. Everybody said that.
I think you're projecting.
That's not true.
You're projecting
Sometimes
right now.
it's like, oh, hey, I'm running up to the store. You're like, right? Everybody said like, oh, before you go, I wrote you this soliloquy. Mother, I knew her well.
Yeah.
It's not true. Okay, number one. Fucking victim's family. Number two, Tyler, that idea. Every victim's family says this. They're like, well, I was just driving down the street and I knew something happened. Nobody called me. Nobody said it. That's not true. You're lying. You're just making up a story.
Projection.
You're trying to help yourself go to sleep at night. Not everybody has ESPN. It's not. Yeah, everybody says that.
One too many letters. Why?
Excuse me, EPN.
Why do you believe in all this kook shit, all the vibes, all the auras, all the everything?
Tyler,
but then when something tragic happens and they feel it in their soul, in their heart, in their mind, and you call them no, and you tell them no.
Thank you for saying that. I don't believe in any of that shit. I just want to look cool as shit.
Wow.
We live in Miami.
Wow.
You gotta get along to get along.
That's why you're
what I
spending
mean?
so much time in South Beach. That's where all the fucking kooks
That's
are.
where all the kooks are.
Yeah.
How much mammal toe do you need? And finally,
Not enough. I'll tell you that
victims' families, every single time. A year to the day is right when we found the murder weapon. A year to the day we found the guy. 5 years to it's not to the day. That's impossible.
But that's provable.
Everybody says that. Everybody says that.
But that's actually provable.
Victims, families, stop being selfish. Stop it.
I can't do this with you.
And I don't want to come off like too crazy about this. I know it can be personal, but victims' families. My douche of the week. I hope that translates. I hope that comes off the way I mean it, because I don't want to step on any toes.
I really should have gone first because I went real this time. I really should have gone first.
I'm worried about that being misconstrued.
There is no taking that out of context. Even in context, it's terrible.
Before I finish, satire. Do you remember what the thing with victims' families was? What the genesis of that was?
I think you just said it one time to be bombastic.
Wacky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you made it through that whole thing, scene. But knock it off, victims' families.
You're gonna be so sweaty in a second.
I'm wearing a lumberjack's outfit. Tyler, who is your douche of the week?
Ryan, this week, my douche of the week is Boar's Head. Have you heard what's going on with Boar's Head?
No.
Really?
No. You're talking about that restaurant we went to in Barcelona?
No, I'm talking about the meat company here in America.
Do you go for Boar's Head when you're getting your pub sub?
I always used to, and I swear to you when I say this, I will never buy them again.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's hear what I'm always hesitant to hear these stories, but go on.
There has been a listeria outbreak, which is a type of food-borne bacteria, Ryan.
Okay.
And so far, the outbreak caused by Boar's Head Meat has killed 9 people.
Oh, fuck.
And hospitalized 57 across the states, one of them here in Florida.
That is bad for business.
Pretty bad.
Sure.
Records gathered by CBS News under that beautiful, beautiful law, the Freedom of Information Act, shows 69 records of non-compliances flagged by inspectors over the past year at the Jarrett, Virginia plant. Now let's go down the list really quick.
I'm sure this isn't like big stuff. I'm sure it's just a little fingernail here, a little black mold there.
We can start with something as simple as paperwork lapses, which was true, but hey, man, who hasn't forgotten some paperwork here and there?
Yeah, paperwork is the bane of my existence.
Yeah, but you're allowed to forget some. Mold and mildew around the hand washing sinks for the workers tasked with meats that are supposed to be ready to eat. Other locations were found to have a number of issues with leaking or pooling water, including a puddle found to have a green algal growth inside and condensation that was found to be dripping over the product being held.
Okay, I'm trying to twist this into a good thing.
Yeah, yes. You let me know. Ample amounts of blood in puddles on the floor and a, quote, rancid smell throughout a cooler used at the plant.
How much is an ample?
I would assume a lot.
Okay.
I would assume a lot.
I don't ask much of my meatpacking plants, but pools of blood, that's over the line.
Not cool.
That's not, I would appreciate it if you'd stop doing that.
Can I interest you in sightings of insects in and around deli meats at the plant, including one instance that prompted the agency to detect more than 980 pounds of the ham in a smokehouse hallway to be retained for an investigation. 980 pounds.
So how did they continue doing business? Like, how did the FDA not come in and shut this down?
Because due to, I'm sorry to take this political, due to Trump wanting to get rid of those feisty regulations that are a bane on companies everywhere, he truly undercut the FDA and really pulled back what they are allowed to do, what the kind of laws that they are allowed to enforce. And this is what we get.
So why didn't Biden fix that in his 4 years? Too sleepy?
Because there's I mean, who knows? There's so many different things going on. I don't know what's going on inside his head. I'm sure it's a lot of sheep jumping over a fence, but I don't know the answer to that, but it should have been fixed.
Very interesting.
I fully agree that it should have been fixed.
It's like the airplane thing. I guess maybe you just need a few doors sucked off to really heighten the public's 9 people dying, or that's
57 hospitalizations.
That's pretty serious, man. Like
sure.
the idea of, hey, you may die if you eat the sandwich. This is like when Homer ate the blowfish. You know what I mean? It's
That was a great scene.
I don't think many people would go along with it.
But don't worry. Don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen out there, because in a statement, a Boar's Head spokesperson said the company deeply regrets the impact of the recall and said that food safety is their absolute priority. First of all, that last sentence, total bullshit, obviously. But deeply regrets the impact of the recall. They don't deeply regret the fact that they fucking killed people.
Who wrote that? I mean, their public relations department needs an overhaul.
Terrible.
That's terrible.
Terrible.
We would like to say we're sorry for the money that we lost. What don't you get?
That's exactly right. And I will end it with this. This is what it looks like when industries are deregulated. Is there such a thing of too much regulation? Absolutely. But when we allow corporations to choose whatever they want with no oversight, their only concern is profit. They don't care about their employees. They don't care about their customers. All they care about is their bottom line. And this is what it looks like.
Isn't that what the purpose of a company is? Isn't a company supposed to, by definition, make as much money as it can?
Agreed. The problem is that we now live in a world where everybody is fighting for infinite growth in a finite system. And the only way to get infinite growth is by squeezing out every last drop from every corner.
Or get a bigger system?
How would one do that?
I'm a fucking idea guy.
Invade Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Invade
you are
Canada.
fucked. You are our attic. You do what we tell you.
That's where we put all the decorations we don't use all year long.
Hold our ample puddles of blood.
They're very nice. They'll do it for us.
These are not such great lakes, I tell you.
Canada, most lakes of any country in the world. And that is a very depressing douche of the week. And then there was what I did.
That douche is filled with blood.
Let's see, Ryan, let's do a You've Got Mail. We'll go to break. We'll do a week in review, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Ew.
Got a wide vagina.
He's doing the thing where he puts 2 fingers on each side of his mouth and he's licking outside of his mouth.
Well, but wait a minute, but I'm doing it with the devil horn.
Yeah.
So I'm putting a new twist on an old classic.
But you got the thumb out. That's the devil's 3-way.
Right.
Can you go in your email and watch the video that I sent you? It's a very quick video. It's I'm a big fan of sports, but I don't really like baseball. I find baseball to be slow. I find it to be boring. However, if you started incorporating things like this, I may give it a chance.
All right. Cade Johnson, insane how I've turned viral overnight. Just to clarify, yes, I was sick.
Tell people what you're looking at.
I'm looking at a man
A pitcher, Ryan.
who's about to pitch a baseball on a baseball field. He's looking down the pike and notably wearing a white outfit. Do I have to do this?
Just describe it to them. What's the issue?
Sick like what? Like a fever?
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
No.
Just play it.
All right. All right. And I hit play. We've got the wind up and the pit. Ah! Ah! You know what?
It's quite the arc.
In all fairness, okay, what happened is he spewed vomit. As a matter of fact, it's paused with just a line of vomit trailing like a lightning bolt from his mouth to the ground.
He puts his hand up after the baseball leaves it. Like, timeout. Hold on. Need a moment.
And the umpire's like, yeah, I know. He just spewed vomit in everywhere. What I thought was when he kicked that leg up, I thought he was going to shit his pants.
No.
So honestly, this turned out as a big time win for me. That's a win. I'm like, am I about to watch this guy shit his pants?
Good times.
Now I'm disappointed.
So he went to throw the ball and then vomited as he wound up and threw the pitch.
The throwing motion brought it out of him.
Yeah, and it went out in a wide arc.
Wide arc, yep.
Well, that was fun. Let's go to break.
It's really gross.
It was really gross.
I know everyone says this, but I am genuinely excited to tell you about our newest sponsor, Keen. What is Keen, you ask? I cannot wait to tell you. Keen is the leading provider of online psychic readings. With more than 35 million successful sessions under their belt, Keen is one of the most trusted providers in the space. I'm talking about tarot readings. I'm talking about love life readings. I'm talking about astrology readings. And yes, I'm talking about chakra cleansings and many more areas of expertise. Go to trykeen.com/thoseguys and get your first 5 minutes of any reading for only $1. What? The world is made up of things we don't understand, of things we can't see or touch, so expand your horizons while supporting those guys you hate.
Those guys.
Can I tell you, and perhaps this is a little bit too much insight into my life,
This will be good.
first time I ever did a finger banging?
Go on.
In my church where they keep the choir robes.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Exactly. Yes, he was there, Tyler.
Wait a minute. Oh.
You hate.
Were you doing the finger banging or were you receiving the
Are
finger
you
banging?
asking me if some girl was fingering my butt in church, Tyler?
Didn't have to be a girl.
That is way too far. It was actually my youth leader. Garrett, I miss you.
oddly specific. That is not improv.
Those guys you hate.
And we are back.
Ahoy, ahoy.
What is that? What is that?
I think Mr. Burns says that when he answers the phone. Second Simpsons reference of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can review. Maybe
Ahoy,
not.
ahoy.
Who knows?
But listen to how I say it. They're different. The two are different. You go, ahoy, ahoy. Like the second one drops. I don't know. Last time. Ahoy, ahoy. All right, back to. But thank you for having me on your program.
Yeah. Can we do week in review?
Let's go ahead. What is week in review?
Week in review, we go back from previous weeks and we pick out the things that we may have gotten wrong or want to clarify, and then we talk about them on this week's show.
I only have two.
No, so do I. So that's perfect.
Beautiful. All right. What I did, we had discussed those teenagers who were filmed at Boca Bash dumping trash into the Atlantic Ocean.
Not cool, bro.
Was that cool, bro? What do you remember about that, Tyler?
They were on a boat and they had a bunch of balloons and they were just taking knives and popping the balloons and then just throwing the rubber out into the water along with other trash like cups and stuff
And
like that.
they were dumping it, right?
Dumping it.
I've never seen the video.
We're not tree huggers, but you care about the environment as much as I do. It would genuinely enrage you.
I am a tree hugger. I have now gone into truly loving the earth as if it were a person.
I respect that.
Okay. Did them being 15 and 16 change the way that you feel about it?
To a slight degree. I still feel like at that age you're old enough to know the difference, but when you're at that age, it's still something to do with the parenting and the entitlement that you were brought up with.
And that's the thing. I would say, I assume being out on a boat, they probably are well off. Does that factor in? Not for your opinion on it, but
it makes me hate them more.
And I think that's true. I think that's true. If it was like a poor person, you'd be like, oh, nobody ever taught him.
That's
this
fair.
one, it's like, suck it, kids. Anyway, we'll fix that later. They facing third-degree felony charges, and they turned themselves in. The teens could face up to 5 years in prison and $50,000 in fines, but the teens are cooperating with investigators. The family has apologized and expressed a desire to participate in community service and ocean conservative efforts.
Nailed it.
And also, they are rich and white. So I believe that it is all going to be okay.
Sure.
For those kids.
I would, man, and I obviously don't make the rules, but for me, I think an appropriate thing would be them doing participating in a cleanup of some kind. Take back what you put in sort of thing.
Well, and they're doing, what did they say here? participating in community service and ocean conservation efforts. I assume that's what that is.
Yeah, but I'm saying there was also the risk of them being put in jail for, what'd you say, 5 years?
Sure.
I think that might be a little
Run
overkill.
them through the system. Run them through the system.
Yeah, let's make them murderers.
They'll come out better people. All right, you don't want that? Fuck this fish right here in front of me. Wait, in 2 years. In 2 years.
While I rub my nipples.
In 2 years. Give me that hook.
Ryan, last week you said that Mount Kilimanjaro is the world's tallest mountain.
I'm not sure that I said that.
Were you correct?
No, Ryan.
No, this is almost as bad as the Everglades is the world's longest river.
I'm not sure that I said that.
It wasn't on the show, but you definitely said that in our personal life.
It could be. It depends on how you measure these things.
It's actually the world's slowest moving river.
And full of grass.
Mount Everest is the highest peak at almost 8,900 meters
I'm not sure that's right.
above sea level.
No,
It is.
What I was talking about is to the bottom of sea level.
Agreed.
Oh, I was wrong about that too?
Let me finish.
Damn it.
Mount Everest is the highest peak at almost 8,900 meters above sea level. But Mauna Kea in Hawaii is the tallest, where if you go all the way down to its base, which is far below the sea level, it is over 10,000 meters.
Excuse me. I meant widest. I meant it's the widest around.
I'm going to look that shit up too.
No, I didn't say that.
I don't know if scientists do that.
said that.
I don't know if scientists do that, but I'm going to check.
All right, hold the end of the string. I'm going to be back in 7 days.
And Mount Kilimanjaro, located in Tanzania, stands at almost 5,900
That's
meters.
pretty tall.
However, it is the tallest mountain in Africa. Mount Kilimanjaro, tallest mountain in Africa.
Did they say anything about its width?
There they die.
Wow,
Said it was a
that's
fat boy.
That's a thick boy. Tyler, I looked up, is buying a new backpack every year our first introduction into being hypnotized by consumerism?
Yes.
I looked it up.
How do you look that up?
Amazon says it is not.
We can trust them.
And then it showed me new backpacks, and I'm like, I like that.
Yeah. Was there one of just Betty White's face?
No. I am looking for one that just says Betty White power.
Gotcha. Ryan, on last week's Kook Alert, you asked me if I believe that addiction is a disease. Should I rectify my response?
Oh, yes, Daddy.
It'd be weird if I said no.
So loud.
Yeah. While my answer remains the same, the context needs to be changed since I got the definition of disease wrong.
Okay.
Disease is any harmful deviation from the normal structure or functional state of an organism. So the moment something starts to deviate from the way it's supposed to work in a living organism, that is a disease.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be something that you go out and catch, as I stated.
Yeah.
But I also don't believe that addiction is a deviation from the way our body is supposed to work. As I said on that episode, I believe addiction is a life-saving mechanism in our body. I don't believe it to be a deviation from the norm.
That is duly noted. I really struggle with that because I experience it just like you. You and I both have a lot of those tendencies, and trying to pull that apart is very tough, even when you are the one who's in the middle of it. I consider myself an observer, but I do believe somewhere deep in there, and every addict's superpower is the ability to rationalize. I do believe that I have a choice in there somewhere, whether it's less than the normal person, that I believe, but there is still, I am sober at one point and decide to have that first drink, have that first hit, squeeze out that first Heine.
That's how you want to end that statement. It was so profound and so pragmatic, and you want to end it with Heine.
It's a callback.
I know, to something horrible.
We'll edit that out.
Sure. Yeah. Taut little Heine. I believe you said like a chicken wing.
Yeah.
I believe you said like a chicken wing.
Like an uncooked chicken wing. Do you know what I'm talking about? That white, like puckered flesh. It almost looks like it has like hair on it.
Or like goosebumps on
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What is that?
I think that's where the feathers were.
That might be true. I don't know.
Also, in R.L. Stein Avenue that I was too afraid to. I knew they were popular, but just too scary.
I know you don't like raw chicken. You hate raw chicken.
One of my least favorites.
Yeah.
We very recently had to have a deep conversation about those bags where I'm just like, Tyler, I know you clean these bags out, but in my mind, They contain raw. Can you do me a favor and not put them here?
He's talking about my reusable Ziploc bags. I do clean them out thoroughly.
You do.
But I
And
do
I know you
understand.
do.
I do understand.
But that's what true love is being able to be vulnerable with
Agreed.
somebody. And be
Agreed.
like, I know this is fucked up, but do me a favor.
And I agree with all of that. Just don't ever say hi to me again.
Taught little Heine.
Ryan,
Yo.
Tell them how they can get in touch with us.
Great job tonight, Tyler.
Thank you.
ThoseGuysYouHate.com for all your Those Guys You Hate needs. Get your taut little Heine over there and tell us what you liked. Tell us what you didn't like.
Talked about this.
Ask us to stop saying taut little Heine. And those guys _ hate at YouTube and Instagram. Those guys you hate at TikTok. And we're out there doing our thing. Podcast Granny is over there crushing it for us. Tyler's cutting up tape.
Thank you, Podcast Granny.
Thank you, Podcast Granny, for everything that you do. Thank you to the Haitian Army, to you guys for listening. We love you so much. And I hope through all our shenanigans, all of our insanity, that you're getting something from this, because we really mean and we're living every single thing that we say in here.
Agreed.
So
minus the taut little Heine thing.
I should probably go along with that.
Ryan, what is the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is be aware, not unlike my journal. Like the journal that's starting and ending on the exact same day is a very easy thing to be like, wow, that's such a cool experience. That's almost like right in your face. What I'm recommending here is be aware, be vigilant, be grateful of the tiniest little things in your life. Start to see these little things as miracles. Be thankful for little tiny bullshit that we take for granted of everyday life. Because the more that you start to notice those things, the more that you start to see them in other places, and the more they start to grow like blossoms on a tree. And you can truly, if you're willing to put the effort in and to put the attention in, turn your life into something that you truly love, that you're excited to wake up to every day. So,
well said.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. And maybe next week you'll come back and I'll be in shambles, but I highly recommend it. And I want to take people on this journey with me, you included, Tyler. What is the moral of the story?
The moral of the story this week is when it comes to trying to beat something like depression or anxiety, you'll see a waning of it. Over time, it will get easier and easier to go. But when you're trying to quit a substance, it doesn't work like that. They will become fewer and far between, but you never know when it's your last time. The last time you just did it could be your last time. So don't beat yourself up for doing it again, whether you're drinking or you're having, and you're in a toxic relationship, that last breakup. Maybe it's the final time you go back.
That shit's so fun,
you
man.
know?
Ooh, miss that.
No, you do not.
Yeah, parts of it.
No, you do not. Get out of here. You like the chaos, the terribleness, the pain.
Sex that follows the chaos.
Oh my God. Just do it yourself and save yourself a lot of trouble.
It's hard to scratch my own back. You know what I mean?
All right, you got me there.
I gotta like push myself up against the dresser.
Okay, I think we're getting off topic here.
I agree. I apologize.
Yeah, you never know when it's going to be your last time, when it's going to be your last drink or whatever it is. So even if you do it, don't give yourself too hard of a time and be there with yourself. Be patient with yourself and forgive yourself.
Isn't that the key of all of this? Is learning to support yourself, learning that you're not a piece of shit, that you're not. I will say this, and I'm stepping on your dick here because I'm jumping in on yours.
Oh, I finished, so you're good.
Where I have truly found self-love is not only recognizing that I am not deserving of it because I'm imperfect in so many ways, but realizing that everybody is not deserving of it because they are imperfect in so many ways. And the recognition of that makes you realize everybody is deserving of it. Being imperfect is not a reason not to love yourself. You need to support yourself, and that is so helpful with your addictions.
Agreed. Well said. We are those guys you hate.
Be kind, or we will fucking love you.
All right, now red circle.
All right, so tell me this again.
So you, RJ, I think Leone was in the car. We were driving up to the West Coast when we were going on vacation like a year ago with the family.
Okay, to Tampa-ish?
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever that beach was called, like Michael Beach or whatever the hell.
Hernando Beach.
Hernando Beach. There it is. And we were driving up and the roads were like blocked off. There was some serious traffic and we were in the left lane right next to those little stanchions that cut us pores off of the express lanes.
The express lane pylons.
Yeah.
Right.
And there was somebody had already had that idea and pulled a couple of them off. So there was a little gap right there, and I immediately just cut over.
Now now, are you doing? Obviously, that's a bad thing. You're putting people's lives on the line. But
yes,
is it better if there's one or two missing? I think it's not right, but it's a little bit better.
I'm not damaging property.
That's exactly right.
I dodged it.
I mean, they're basically asking for it, and I'm glad you said that because that's exactly what I did today.
Did you not? You didn't hit any of them. You found a little gap in the security.
Listen. I'm an imperfect man in an imperfect world, but I aimed for the gap, and I'm not saying this.
Did you rip one or two up?
I never look back, Tyler. That is my rule of life. Don't ever look back.
Well, you know what? I should chastise you right now as a law-abiding citizen. However, for people like me in that situation who get to drive by those gaps, it's people like you that are saving our lives by creating the gaps.
I don't think I pulled any off. Those things are made to deal with.
Better for the show if you pulled some of them
Miamians. What I have pulled off before is one time I drove away with the gas pump in the gas tank.
Whoa.
And I did rip that off.
Wow, I've never done that before. Did you get gas everywhere?
I mean, once I got a couple miles down the road, I mean, who knows what had happened? I'm not sure.
Did you notice that you did it the moment it happened, or did you get out of your car after you parked at your house and you're like,
you hear it?
Oh, okay.
you feel it. It's not a subtle thing.
I would be so embarrassed.
There is a ka-chunk that is involved.
Yeah.
Sure.
I thought this was to take home.
You get a pump.
Yeah.
And you get a pump.
Oh, boy.
All right, Tyler. It's that time of year, unlike no other. You can tell by my voice I'm going into show. But this is real. I was doing this before we ever had a podcast. I relish in this both ways. I'm telling you, are you ready? You, Tyler, are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I should probably wait to hear what it is.
Here we go.
Okay.
Give me a little drum roll. It's getting cooler outside.
Oh,
it's getting cooler outside.
It's too soon. It's not even.
No. Listen, I didn't say it's cool outside. It is now it's disgusting. It's terrible. It is Amazonian jungle heat that'll fluff your pubes. But it is now on the descent. There is a cool breeze every now and then blowing through, and I suggest that we are grateful for that. We're on the descent. Yeah. That's important in Miami.
Yeah. Well, with the cool weather comes all the people that chase the cool weather, which I
love it.
I love what? You love all the New Yorkers coming down here and filling our land with their dirty New Yorker feet?
I don't like New Yorkers, and that's a fact. But what I do like is New Yorkers' feet. What I do like is even like the gym. I like going to the gym when it's busy. I don't know why. It's weird. I know.
That is much like when I tell you I don't like
watcher.
I don't like being first in line at a red light. I like to be behind a car. I feel the same way that you feel right now.
Yeah, but nobody likes going to the gym when it's busy. I think I'm like truly the only one.
Yeah. That one's rough.
All right.
When summer hits and all the teenagers get there and they're all so much more fit than I am, which just pisses me off because I realize I've wasted my teenage years.
I've seen some fat teens recently.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You always know how to cheer me up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, these fucking slobs. It's easy.
Now you're just being mean.
It's easy for them. You got to put effort in. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, fuck them.
Now, I just, like you said, I think you might be the only person on earth that feels that way.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to go there and just feel like I have the lay of the land.
Yeah.
Be able to do whatever I want.
Most people do. For me, I like that it pushes me into doing things that I wouldn't normally do. And I just like the energy of people. I like especially in that circumstance.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go buy something at the mall, I don't want a bunch of people to be there, but at the gym specifically. Speaking of which, I was going to go buy it because I got stuck in traffic. I couldn't do it. Tyler, I am having a consumer moment. Do you ever see something and see when I want to buy something, I don't just buy it. I'll leave it alone. And if it runs through my mind, I will go back and buy it. Do you have experiences with that?
I used to be much a an instantaneous consumer where I would see something and I would immediately buy it. Now that I'm older, I'm getting much better with that, where I will, as you said, bide my time.
Sure.
And I will wait to see, is this worth it?
Marinate on it.
Yeah.
Like if you really want something, it will come back up in your thoughts.
Yep.
Now, if that's everything, it's worth keeping an eye on.
Agreed.
And RJ, if you're listening to this, I'm talking specifically about you.
Love you, dog.
Yeah, it's not a personality trait isn't wearing Balenciaga. So anyway, I saw something at the mall. My son and I went there to the arcade, badass arcade over there. Highly recommend. Probably the best arcade I've ever been to.
What do you mean?
At
Like a Dave and Buster's, or what are you talking about?
It's at the Pembroke Lakes Mall. It's just they built this. They took what I assume was like a department store, like a Bird Eye's, a giant thing, and turned it into an arcade.
Oh, that's awesome.
As a matter of fact, there's a whole sect of it that is all Japanese games. They're bringing in like Japanese customers. They're all the dancing games and all
That's
these games
amazing.
that I've never.
That's amazing. Starting early with the voice
He
crack.
really likes those games.
Yeah.
It is very cool. Highly recommend. But on the way out, I saw a backpack. I have a thing for backpacks.
You do.
That I just cannot stop thinking about, Tyler. I have a picture on my phone.
I'm begging you to tell me that the only way to get it is by winning tickets at this arcade.
No, it's at the Hot Topic.
Oh, okay.
My son is now very much back into anime. Loved anime, then hated anime and
Okay.
everything it stood for. Back into anime.
Well, I'm a lover of anime, so I'm right there with him. I
So
get it.
I'm in Hot Topic, not as far back as the dildos, but I'm in there to a good degree.
If you've gone dildos, you've gone too far.
What? You're gonna make a left at the Black Fist. Why do they have dildos there?
Because they have everything. They have piercings. They have butt plugs. They got dildos. They got everything for your body and all that's holes.
We fill your heart and we fill your holes. It's just a weird thing to have in the mall.
Yeah.
I don't. Who's buying their dildos at Hot Topic?
Especially now that we have...
Or Spencer's. Excuse me.
Now that... you know what? I honestly would have thought... Well, I don't know. Hot Topic seems like a place for dildos too.
I don't think
but-
Hot Topic has dildos.
Okay, but Hot Topic seems like a place, but Spencer's definitely seems like a place.
All of these jokes did not work until I said Spencer's.
Totally get it.
I'm really embarrassed. That's terrible.
Spencer's has had sexual shit in their store since when I was a teenager.
I agree.
Yeah.
And my question to you is, why? That's again, I don't want to be too puritanical here,
Yeah.
but I don't need my son seeing the Black Fist yet. You got to be this high to ride the fist. So
go on.
I saw a backpack. Just take one. This is a backpack. It's a weird backpack. This is
Okay.
the only kind I like.
Yeah.
What is all over this backpack, Tyler?
Well, the only backpack that you've ever owned that I've seen is that of a cheeseburger.
Sure, it's a big giant cheeseburger.
Big giant cheeseburger. So I'm gonna guess a hot dog.
Okay, and that's great. It's not the only backpack that I've owned, but the only one that's weird like that.
It's the one I associate you with.
Yes, I get a lot of comments on my cheeseburger backpack. I like keeping that air of childhood even throughout our adulthood.
In all seriousness, I fully agree with
Thank
that.
you. I mean it.
And I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Be childish sometimes, guys.
Absolutely.
Embrace that shit.
You got to hold on to the fun. This one completely covered in pictures
I thought you were
of...
gonna say pickles.
Wait, here, I'll just show you, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
You tell me what you think. I was gonna bring it in here and just show it to you, but I can't wait until next week.
Oh, okay. Is that the Golden Girls?
It's the Golden Girls, dude. It is. Why did somebody make that? Who did this?
For somebody like you, I
Why
guess.
are they selling it? I cannot stop thinking about it. I've been thinking about it for the last 3 days. I'm gonna go buy it.
Honestly, it's slightly off-putting.
It's really cool though, isn't it? You got Estelle Getty, you got Betty White. Dude,
yeah.
Blanche, low key. I fuck Blanche, dude.
Well, not anymore.
Excuse me, Heike.
I want the world to know.
And I don't know why. I cannot get it out of my mind. It's something that I would keep forever. So I'm going to buy that shit.
Okay.
$50,
okay.
man.
$50.
$50.
Does it come with one of the Golden Girls?
Just to fuck Estelle Getty. Not the one I wanted, but I'll do what I got to do. Did you ever watch the Golden Girls?
I've seen episodes, but it was obviously well before my time.
Very,
Very enjoyable.
Mom's mom, her husband passed away, and I used to love going over there. We would have junk food parties, and then at the end of the night, they still slept in beds like Lucy and Desi, the two separate beds.
I remember.
So once he passed away, I would sleep in his bed, she would sleep in hers, and we would watch the Golden Girls. I have great memories
That's
of
really
that
nice.
show.
Very nice.
Yep. All right.
Should we do the show?
Let me show you this thing that I wanted to
Now
show
he's
you.
taking his
I am
shirt
taking
off?
my shirt off. You
Okay.
asked me what was different about the yoga today.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you.
Oh boy.
Okay, this is what I thought was my. Damn, I'm looking good, Doug. My mula bandha. Do you know what your mula bandha is, Tyler?
I feel like you just made those words up.
It's not true. Your mula bandha is your what's that called? Right there with your perineum, your pelvic floor. It's
Okay.
like it's a lock. You're putting a lock. Your energy. You're pushing your energy up. Nonetheless, I've been told today that it's not that. But look, check this out. Remember how I told you like this thing with our back? How I think it's like something in our family and we're not using certain parts of our internal body. I think that has something to do.
Well, we should tell the audience about our back so they understand.
Help me, Tyler.
Well, it seems as if our spine coming out of our hips, out of our pelvis, curves forward, like towards our belly button, and so our spine is curved.
Like a ducktail almost.
Yeah.
It comes out the back, our butt sticks out,
Yeah.
our belly sticks out.
We waddle a little bit as a family.
And so when you retract those things and you bring your spine into more of a straight line, if you believe in chakras, if you believe in being able to move your energy, I think that has something huge to do with, I'm going to take a crazy step here, our family psychology.
Okay.
I said it. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
So look, check this out. I will show you a physical thing that I learned at a level 2, Tyler.
Level 2.
You're a Dungeons and Dragons guy. I am now level 2.
Okay.
Breathwork.
Okay.
Which entitles me to be even more annoying.
That means he's finished a few quests already, so good for you.
I actually got the sword of shut the fuck up.
Okay.
So watch my navel, Tyler. Watch my navel, and this is going to be me coming in touch with those muscles we just talked about.
Everyone pay attention.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get it on camera.
Okay, hard breathing. He's hard breathing. Now he's leaning over like he's going to poop. Okay, he's bringing his stomach in. Oh, it's like going all the way back. I think it's touching his spine right now. It is. It's touching his spine. His shorts are becoming looser on him. And now he's back and his face is red.
Now,
I'm worried for him, ladies and gentlemen.
I know that doesn't seem like a lot,
Uh-huh.
but truly, those muscles that takes to bring my navel into my spine like that, I have never used those muscles in my life. And what has changed is by bringing that up, where that is located is literally in the center of your body. It brings everything together. Your oxygen is flowing in a more optimum way. Your blood, your energy, all these things that we've talked about, I really believe. So I went to a power class today, had my best practice I've ever had focusing on that. It became so much easier because I was pulling instead of just using my muscles to push. And I truly believe it is a huge step in what it is I'm doing. And I'm really proud of myself.
That's
man.
beautiful. Congratulations,
Thank you.
buddy.
Thank you for dropping the shtick for a moment. We will get back to insulting each other.
Absolutely.
But dude, I'm telling you, I know that doesn't look like a big thing, but it is a different part of my body than I've ever felt. So
That's beautiful.
that's it. That's
All right.
done. I didn't want to do it on the main show because I'm deeply embarrassed. of
Okay.
Everything I just did.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into the main show and then we can get back to all the hijinks.
Bye. Yeah, it is like on my right hip. It's just, you know what it is? When I'm on my yoga mat and somebody comes up to me and they're like, tuck your tailbone. What the places that I'm having trouble opening up are the exact same places that when I'm in a social situation and my brain's like, you're fucking it up. You're fucking it up right now. It's the exact same places that, they're the same thing. And dude, I'm telling you, like, I don't know, just all this breath work and all this shit that I've been doing, I'm really getting in touch with all this shit, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I love it.
I hope this makes it into the show because this is important. You're fucking it up. You're fucking it up right now.
Now there's a voice that I remember.
I get that.
That one sounds familiar.
Shame me like that. But even just getting better at recognizing that and where am I feeling that voice right now? Like, oh, fuck, that's right here. Fuck that. You know, just crazy shit, man. Am I floating? Am I floating? Hold me down.
Could be.
Hold me down there.
All right.
Get it.